Okay, y'all, Sam Serious here. So in this tutorial, it's going to be covering a step that I would recommend. It's definitely something you would need to get involved with to get HV, and that is the ability to make the plastic circuit boards. Now, I ain't going to go through exactly how to make the plastic circuit boards. More like I'm going to be going over making one of the chemical ingredients necessary to make it. There's two ways that you can describe your multi-plastic plates with, and that's through the sodium persulfate and iron third chloride. I haven't done too much on sodium persulfate yet, but I will go over iron third chloride. So this build is meant to get iron third chloride and recycle some of the outputting resources. So, as you all may recall from the last tutorial, I've made an electrolyzer wall, provide it with salt, get chlorine and sodium. Sodium will then be fed into the drawers for the advanced chemical bath. You can do this with a chemical reactor, but the advanced chemical bath is more cheap on energy and time. So you mix this chemical bath with water. You mix the sodium dust with water, and you'll be getting the sodium hydroxide. And it will be outputting hydrogen as a fluid output, which is desirable, because then you can use that hydrogen, mix it with chlorine to create hydrochloric acid. I do recommend stocking up a bit on this. Once you have plenty of hydrochloric acid made up, you can then send it over to another chemical reactor to mix that with a few empty cells, iron dust, and hydrochloric acid. And ta-da! Iron 3 chloride. Now the next question is, though, how do you deal with the excessive chemical buildup that can slow things down on you? This here should be producing hydrogen. Yeah, it's producing hydrogen as one of the byproducts on top of the iron third chloride. You can just simply put the cell out. You can simply put the cells that's outputting as an item into this GT tank, and the GT tank feeding the empty cells back in to have a reliable closed loop system. So this way, nothing gets stalled because of hydrogen cells, and all that hydrogen then gets routed back into this tank here. Just get reprocessed back into hydrochloric acid again. On top of that, you can also redirect the hydrogen elsewhere should there be overproduction. But the next thing to deal with, though, is the sodium hydroxide dust. How to keep these from going into waste. Well, simple. You use the chlorine, mix it with benzene to make chlorobenzene, and then you can electrolyze it to create carbon as well as the hydrogen to loop back in again. So carbon and hydrogen are the two main ways of doing that to get the system effectively circulated. You can also electrolyze the sodium hydroxide dust too as well, and that should yield, from looks of it, hydrogen, and you should also be able to put something else too as well. It gives you sodium back too as well. So it does produce hydrogen, it does produce sodium. That's pretty much the two items that's being thrown back in your too as well, and you'll be having more sodium going into this tank, which should take away from the need to add more salt, because you have the sodium being recycled back into for the chemical bath to use. So this should help save resources through the electrolyzers. Plus 2, should you be overstocked on sodium hydroxide, those electrolyzers should help keep that probably a source of production stall. I do believe this produces oxygen too as well. Yes, it does. It produces oxygen as a byproduct, which you can just send back into a centrifuge system of sort or any other oxygen storage means. This way, nothing goes entirely to waste unless you have an excess that's being voided. So with that, that's pretty much the whole process in making the iron ferric chloride and making sure that all the other byproducts don't go to waste. Anyways, y'all, I hope this tutorial was helpful for y'all. If y'all are needing to understand anything a lot better, feel free to let me know about that, and I'll answer y'all the best way possible that I can whenever time permits. Anyways, y'all take care, and I wish y'all a fantastic day.